Welcome everyone. In this lesson, you will learn how to create clean and professional corner transitions using the Solid Blend Corner tool in CATIA Part Design. Let's start.
I got this magic in my fingertips, designing dreams with every click. Shapes and wonders coming to life. With CATIA I cut through strife. In my mind the future's clear. No more doubts, no more fear. Crafting visions in 3D. CATIA's the key, don't you see? I can reach the sky so high. Build my dreams, no need to try. With every tool I sculpt my fate. CATIA helps me innovate. Every line precise and true. Colors bright and brand new. Transforming steel into art. CATIA plays the perfect part.
Hello everyone. Today we want to talk about a tool called Solid Blend Corner. This tool is used to create a smooth and controlled corners at the intersection of several fillets or surfaces. This tool is considered an advanced part design tool, and its behavior is similar to the surface tools. Here I only show you how this tool works. Assume that we have a cube. Three connected edges of the cube have fillets. Notice that the fillet value on all three edges is the same. Pay attention to the intersection of the three fillets at the corner of the cube. Now I activate the Solid Blend Corner tool. The settings window of this tool opens. This window has three sections. The first section is called Creation Mode. In front of it, there is a field. Currently, the word setback is written in this field. If you remember, the setback option also exists in the fillet settings window. I double-click on the existing fillet in the specification tree. In its settings window, on the right and bottom side, you see a section with two options. Here, if instead of three edges you selected one corner and entered a value larger than the fillet radius in the setback field, a special fillet would be created at the corner of the cube. In that case, we would not control the setback value for each edge separately. But here we can do that. Note that to use this tool, we must first have fillets. This tool does not give a result with only one corner fillet. At least 2 fillets must be selected. Now in the same setback mode, I click on one of the fillets. In the field below creation mode, you see a section called Sections. Now the name of the fillet is listed in this field. Its default setback value is 10 mm. There are 3 buttons in this section. With the first and second buttons, we can delete the selected fillet or change its order. First, I click on Remove. Make sure that the fillet is selected and highlighted in blue. You can see that the fillet is removed from the list. Now I first select 2 fillets. The names of the 2 fillets appear in the list. The second fillet is selected. In this state, I click on Replace. Then I click on the other fillet. It is observed that on the cube the selected fillet has changed. The third button is called Swap Direction of Section. What does this button do? Note that in Blend Corner, CATIA creates a transition surface between several edges that have setback. For each edge, it considers one section or control profile. I can change the setback value of each fillet as I want. Note that first, the fillet must be selected. For this, I click on it until it becomes blue. The direction of this control section directly affects the final shape of the blend. With this button, we rotate the direction of the selected section. In this case, the setback value and the selected edge or face do not change. Only the parametric direction of the blend changes. Note that the swap operation is not possible under any circumstances. The size of the fillet's radii and the amount of setback on them affect the possibility of the swap operation. For the swap operation to be possible for any fillet radius, only a certain amount of setback can be increased. Currently, the fillet radius is 20. Now I change the fillet radius of the edges to 30. You will see that I can consider a greater amount of setback. Now pay attention to the third section. There is an option called Setback there. In front of it, there is a field with a certain value. Using the black arrows on the right side of the field, I changed the fillet value. You can see that the setback value of the selected fillet also changes in the list. There is another button next to this field. Its name is Apply to All. If we have some fillets in the list and want all of them to have the same setback, first we enter the desired value in the setback field. Then we click on the Apply to All button. All sections in the list will take the given setback value. At the bottom of this section there is also a button called Reverse Sew Result. What does this button do? First we need to understand what the sew means. The blend corner tool actually creates several surfaces. Then it sews the surfaces together. It shows the result as one unified surface. I click on this button. You see the cube disappear and only the blended surfaces are displayed as a single surface. I press this key again. You will see the cube displayed alongside the blended surfaces. This option reverses the normal vector of the final surface. The surface normal direction is used in later operations like trim or thick surface. If the direction is wrong, later operation may fail. Now look at the model. On each fillet there is a blue arc. These arcs show the setback value. Note that the setback value is measured from the corner of the cube. On each arc, there is a green double-headed arrow. Note that the creation mode is in setback. In the middle of these green arrows, you can see a point. Right now, the point is exactly in the middle of the fillet. The position of these points stays in the middle of the blue arcs. You can move this point forward and backward only using the green arrows. I click on one of these arrows and hold it. I move the mouse forward and backward. Look at the list in the settings window. You can see that the setback value changes as the mouse moves. You can also see 3 green arcs on the model. These 3 arcs connect the blue arc 2 by 2. In fact, they show a preview of the shape. The green arcs are tangent to the cube surfaces at the ends of each blue arc. Now I go back to the creation mode option. If I click on the V symbol in front of it, another mode called Point is available. I activate this mode. In this mode, first we must define one point on each fillet using the mouse. I move the mouse over each fillet one by one. On each fillet, I click at a desired point. With each click on a fillet, a blue arc appears at the clicked position. Now on the blue arc, there are two green double-headed arrows. One is used to move the blue arc forward and backward. The other is used to move the point along the blue arc. So in this mode, we can also move the point on the blue arc. Now, what is this movement used for? In this mode, I have very precise control over the surface that is created. With this option, we can control the geometric position of the blend corner. This mode is designed for non-circular fillets. This is especially useful for conic fillet, variable fillet, and surface-driven fillet. This movement affects the blend shape, the amount of removed conic fillet, curvature, continuity, light reflection on the surface, and surface quality. If you remember, in the fillet lesson, we had an option called conic parameters in the options section. When this option was active, we could have a hyperbola or a parabola instead of a circular arc. Well, the lesson for this session ends here. Reverse sew result and swap direction are a completely advanced topics. For the level of this course, knowing it at this level is enough. In part design up to the intermediate level, it usually does not have a very noticeable application. Please watch the lesson carefully from beginning to end. In the exercises we will do, this tool will become more clear. Good luck, goodbye until the next lesson.
Let's build the future.